Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. You know it's your boy Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 13 of What If Naruto Went with Itachi. Hope you guys enjoy. Get this one to 100 likes and get in the next part as soon as possible. Comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And yeah, subscribe if you're new and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Thank you guys. You guys already reached me to 6,200 subscribers. You guys are really coming in fast, and thanks for all your support and all your help. I love you all, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Play the intro. So last time we left off, Naruto and his team faced off against Orochimaru in the last episode. If you guys are new, to across the place and check out from part 1, trust me, it's very interesting. But if you are up to the point, yeah. You know that Naruto faced off against Orochimaru, and the battle was kind of hard for Naruto because the curse mark was really damaging him on his neck. Orochimaru placed a curse mark on him when they were with the Akatsuki, and it is really acting up now. Naruto and his friends might manage to get away after Naruto did a diversion with his shadow clone. Naruto was so happy when he saw the sight of the tower in front of him, and Naruto collapsed as he passed out, finally feeling all the pain from the curse mark. So basically that was the last time we left off, but you guys can check out the other part for the insane fight between Naruto and Orochimaru. Naruto, he then woke up. He looked around as he saw his headband on the nightstand. Someone had removed it. He looked around and noticed that he was in a guest room somewhere. "Where am I?" he said, as he then heard a voice. "You're in a room in the tower in the middle of the forest of death," Kakashi stated as he sat on the window reading his book. "How long was I out?" Naruto asked, sitting up in his bed, ignoring the fact that his sensei is reading that porno book again. "3 days. You showed up at the tower of the night of the first day and slept ever since. You will have to attempt the next round tomorrow and be prepared for the preliminaries." "Preliminaries?" Naruto asked. "Yes, a lot of teams have shown up, so there might be preliminaries to see who gets in the finals. So, I hope you are well rested and make sure you prepare for tomorrow," said Kakashi as he disappeared in a puff of smoke. "Just a shadow clone," said Naruto as he looked around the room. Naruto then relayed the image in his head when Orochimaru stuck his disgusting tongue in his mouth. Naruto jumped out of bed as he went into the bathroom. He saw a mouthwash as he started to gobble it down and just shake it all around his mouth as he spat it out, but he still had that image in his head. He then went for the toothbrush, applied toothpaste, and started to scrub. Sasuke and Sakura then entered Naruto's room, realizing he wasn't in bed. The bathroom door was wide open as Sakura could see Naruto. "Naruto, what are you doing?" "I am getting the taste of that disgusting snake out of my mouth," said Naruto. "You might want to slow down a bit," said Sasuke. "If you keep going like that, you will scrape out your gums," because Naruto was rubbing really hard. Sasuke and Sakura were covered in bandages and their clothes was teared a bit. It seemed like they were training as Naruto kept on scrubbing out his mouth. "Naruto, we both know what happened, but you have to stop this now," said Sakura as she realizing that Naruto's mouth was bleeding. He was rubbing too hard as Sasuke and Sakura had to go to extreme measures to wrestle the toothbrush and the mouthwash from Naruto as he glared at both of them after they took it away. He was still kind of weak. I am going to find some acid and burn my mouth clean, said Naruto, as he was about to leave the room, only to have a mass pain hit his head and shoulder hard. Naruto fall down to the ground, clutching onto his head. Naruto! Naruto! Sakura yelled as she kneeled down beside Naruto as Sasuke did the same. They were surprised when they saw black flame tattoos start to take over Naruto's body. I have to fight it, Naruto growled out, his halfway crimson eyes. This isn't happening. I won't let it, Naruto keeps saying to himself, as the tattoos were going down small, then coming out large over and over again. Naruto, what's happening? What are those tattoos? Sakura asked, worrying about Naruto. Go back, said Naruto. I have to push them back, he growled out, not hearing his teammates. Finally, the curse mark tattoo retreated and left Naruto's body. As they all went back into the mark, Naruto was panting as he sat down and leaned against the wall. Naruto, what was that? Sakura asked as she looked at him with worries in her eyes. It is called... Naruto couldn't finish as he passed out, since he was tired of fighting the curse mark mentally and ignoring Orochimaru's call. A day has passed. It was now the day of the preliminaries, and Naruto had a massive headache, and he couldn't help it. Naruto was in a line with the rest of the preliminaries contestants as he really wanted to sleep, but he knew he had to go all of this first. As the Hokage was speaking, Naruto was so tired that he could barely keep his eyes open. At the end of the Hokage's speech, he asked if anyone wanted to leave. Kabuto then left, leaving his two teammates to fight. Sakura then turned as she was talking to Naruto, try and convince him to leave because of the curse mark. He refused, and then she was going to try and force it by raising her hand. Naruto stopped as he held onto her hand and told her to not worry about it, that he was going to compete in this match, even though the risk of Orochimaru was high. The second proctor, Anko, stood there as she watched everyone that entered the exam. The main reason she was here was to talk to the third Hokage and inform him that they didn't find Orochimaru, because after they found the grass ninjas with their face gone, she instantly realized anyway that this was the work of Orochimaru, but they scanned the area and they didn't find him. Naruto team didn't really tell anyone about what happened to them, so no one knows what happened to Naruto facing off against Orochimaru. The third proctor of this exam, the preliminaries, walked out as he pointed everyone's attention to a giant board where random names started to flash. Sasuke was angry. He was the first one and he didn't want to fight first. The rest of the members went to the top floor. Sasuke quickly defeated his opponent, who was one of Kabuto's teammates. Ino then fought Sakura, and Sakura pretended to be knocked out with Ino. Why did you fake it? Naruto asked after she awoken. I don't feel like I'm ready, she said. I don't feel like I'm ready to become a Chunin. That was a waste of time, said Naruto. You know you could have won easily, right? I know, but Naruto, I don't feel ready, she said as she looked down. Don't worry about it, said Naruto. If you don't feel ready, you don't feel ready. Another fight happened with Shino as he defeated Zaku, the Sound Ninja. Dosu then won against Choji, and the Sound Girl, Kin, lost against Shikamaru. Kiba lost to Gaara. The board went through different orders as Kiba was about to fight Gaara in this one, but he gave up instantly, seeing and knowing the death about Gaara and that Gaara wouldn't hesitate to kill him. Kiba gave up before entering the arena. Hinata lost to her cousin Neji, while Tenten lost to Temari of the Sun. Kankura won against one of Naruto's teammates, and then it was ready for the match. Naruto Uzumaki and Rock Lee. Naruto still had a headache, but he knew he was just going to go all out and end this match quickly. The both of them were already in the arena. I advise you to take those weights off before we start this match, because there will be no way you will beat my speed at that level. So take those weights off, said Naruto, making Lee look down at his ankle. Lee looked up at Guy Sensei as he took off the weights and threw them aside as they create crater in the ground, as most of the ninjas were shocked how heavy were those things. The proctor then said, "Begin," as Naruto and Lee vanished out of sight. What? How is that even possible? Someone as fast as Lee? Tenten said, as she was still recovering from her match. Neji was surprised as well, but didn't show it on his face. This is the fox of an unknown group. Ooh, higher. Missing Nin for missions, Guy said as he crossed his arms. The sounds in the arena echoed around with the battle between Lee and Naruto, but only the Jonins and the Hokage could see what was happening. The fox of an unknown group? What do you mean by that, Sensei? Tenten asked curiously. Well, the blonde that is fighting Lee is actually on Kakashi's level, or he's higher, said Guy. What? He is really that skilled at this age, said Tenten, as she tried to see what was going on, but she could only see a blur and glimpse of the actual fight. He was trained by Itachi, Uchiha, a missing nin of the leaf, and Kisame, a missing nin of the mist, Guy stated as he watched the fight in front of him. He has jutsu that I have never seen, and enough strength to rival an Anbu captain. Me and Anko went on a mission 4 years ago, and we couldn't beat him. You mean that mission when you come back as a failure and you ended up a bloody pulp? Kakashi asked, who was a few feet away and was now walking up to them. Guy nodded in affirmative, not afraid to show that he was defeated by this boy. Naruto Uzumaki was the one that almost killed me, leaving Anko with serious side injuries and killed the other two. Tenten gasped, as did Sakura. Sasuke and Neji simply raised the eyebrow. The other teams were on the other side of the arena, so they didn't hear it. Everyone then heard Naruto shouted, "Typhoon wins!" as Guy had to hold on to Tenten from stopping her from blowing away, and Sasuke had to hold on to Sakura as Naruto Typhoon Wind was really strong. Back to the fight, Naruto was grinning as he dodged a roundhouse kick from Lee, and then he went to offensive, sending the boy flying when he used a wind blast to knock Lee back. Lee was sent flying up to the statue as he crashed right into it. Naruto looked up at Lee, wondering if Lee would really go all out, because Naruto knew that he has to be holding back something. Naruto was holding back a lot, a real lot amount. He wanted to go all out in the first part of the match, but then he got really excited between the battle, so he decided to use small percentage of his power. And now that is costing him, because Lee is not going all out even though he took off his training weights. I had no clue that he was so strong, Lee said as he stared wide-eyed at Naruto. And you match my speed without trying. You're right, I'm not trying, I am toying with you, Naruto stated as his eyes turned red and slitted. You need to kick it up a notch, Lee, because with this amount of power and speed, that will never be enough to face me, as Naruto smiled at him. Lee then nodded as he closed his eyes, as Naruto could feel it coming, as Lee was then surrounded with green mystical energy, as Naruto could sense Lee going through the gates. as Naruto smiled and said, "It's like fighting your sensei all over again." Lee then opened his eyes and disappeared as Naruto increased his speed as well and met Lee in the middle of the ring. Lee came in with a fist swinging towards Naruto's face. Naruto dodged easily with his new incredible speed, pumping more speed into his body as Naruto then kicked Lee right in the midsection, sending him flying back. Blood leaked from Lee's mouth as Naruto's mouth started to water, the fox instinct taking over, not to mention the curse mark beginning to spread all over his body. This time, Naruto didn't allow the power to control him, and he didn't try to subdue it because he knew that if he tried to subdue the curse mark, and he would be weak as hell after that and he wouldn't be able to face off against Lee. But he remembered the words that Itachi told him, "Take control and prove to me that you are stronger than this mark." Naruto then looked up as the mark has involved almost half of his body. Naruto then vanished as he then appeared behind Lee, kicking Lee in the back as Lee was sent in the middle of the arena. Naruto then appeared beside Lee when he was flying through the air. "You have to open the rest of the gates to even match my speed," said Naruto as he then stomped Lee down to the ground as Lee was slamming to the ground. Lee got up and jumped back as he opened the gate of rest. Then he opened the gate of life, and then the gate of wound, and then the limit gate. Lee's skin turned red. Naruto's grin got wider as he was happy to fight a worthy opponent. Guy was frowning. What is Lee thinking? That is what Naruto wants. "And what is up with that tattoo showing on his body instantly?" said Guy as he saw Naruto tattoo of the curse mark. Naruto was happy that Lee really opened all of the gates, as Naruto was going to make him pay dearly for that mistake. Listening to me is not a good idea. It usually ends with guts and blood splattered everywhere, but I don't really feel like to do that now, so I will just give you a broken arm or a broken leg. Anko herself was watching the fight and shaking in pain and fear as her curse mark was burning itself. "Is it because I am so near to this boy? Why is this damn thing acting up?" Anko thought as the pain was unimaginable, but she didn't want to reveal anything about the curse mark. She didn't want people to treat her differently, knowing that they think that Orochimaru could control her. She wanted to tell the Hokage what was happening between Naruto and what was going to happen if he didn't stop the battle, but she was in so much pain that she couldn't even move or talk. Naruto's team was looking down as they were scared, knowing that the mark has taken over Naruto because he used to try and fight it, but now he was giving in. Kakashi was surprised when he saw the black markings and said, "How did he get that and when?" But Kakashi felt frozen by the raw power coming off of Naruto. He knew that he worked for some corporation that were hiring missing ninjas to do dangerous and very illegal missions, but he didn't know that Naruto possessed this strength level. And the fact was that he was just toying with Lee. Lee and Naruto was running side to side. Naruto then vanished out of Lee's sight as Lee couldn't believe with all these gates open, Naruto was still that much faster than him. Lee then felt something damage in his back as he was sent flying back. Naruto then appeared in front of him, kicking him in the face. Lee was sent flying back now as Lee was surprised when Naruto was appearing all over the arena, beating the hell out of him. Naruto then grabbed Lee by the arm and flipped him over, slamming him down on the ground as Naruto was laughing insanely as he kicked Lee in his stomach, sending Lee flying into the statue. Lee managed to get back to his feet as he was bleeding heavily. As the gates wore out, he then reverted back to normal as Naruto said, "What the hell am I doing? I can't do this." As Naruto looked all over his body as he held his head and clutched it as He retrieved the marks from his body as they all went back into the mark on his neck, as Naruto then dropped on his knees as Lee dropped to his too. Lee was most exhausted after using the gates and Naruto beating the crap out of him. But Naruto was exhausted too, but he still had a large amount of chakra left. If I known that I would get so attached and reliant on this power, I would have never used it. This is a curse by Orochimaru. This is not good, said Naruto, as he reverted back to normal. As he was now on his knees, he growled before standing back up, as Lee was a bit farther away, near the statue. Naruto then looked at Lee as he stood up, as chakra was going back into his body. Well, I can always use this power, said Naruto. It is more reliable. As he was walking to Lee, who had stand up and went into a fighting stance. This ends now, Rock Lee, and you're not leaving this arena without some kind of injury that make you know that I was the one who gave it to you, as Naruto rushed at Lee. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Get this one to 100 likes and look out for another what if coming today. And don't worry about what if Naruto wasn't Otsutsuki and what if Naruto went insane. I am working on those tools and creating the plot line, so don't worry about it. And trust me, they're going to be awesome. So look out for another what if coming today, guys. Yeah, but I'm out for now, guys. Peace.